So a site selection model is an analysis that determines what are the factors that correlate with successful facility performance for you, right? So what are the variables that explain performance? What are the things that are always around when your locations for that service do really well? And when you don't do a lot of volume for that service, what's not around? So you go through what's called a model building process where you're determining what those factors are. And that's where you're combining significant amount of data, third-party data, other data from the outside with that company's data to really customize it to them. So who are your best patients? What's the competitive pressures? What about healthcare demand metrics and supply and insurance data? What about retail data? And are there any positive area draw factors that bring people into the area that help them find your location and make them choose you? What about population growth? What about crime? What about a number of different factors that could explain why your good locations are good and the bad ones are bad. So those models are then used to go score new sites to say, as you're going and looking for where are the best places for us to invest significant capital to better serve the needs of areas that we're not serving today, where are the best places to do that? And the models tell you that. Now, the method that I just described is where we can actually customize that to your data, right? You provide us data, we say specifically to you, here's what's important. Sometimes people can't get access to data, or for whatever reason, they don't want to send data. And there's an approach to that as well, what we call industry experience models. Those are from a lot of the data that's out there, the experience to understand this is the typical patient profile for that particular service line. This is the competitive pressure. This is the healthcare demand and insurance and supply things that do factor in positively. These are the other variables that typically correlate with performance. So businesses that don't want to share data for a customized model still have a path to a site scoring model that would still produce the same output that we're talking about, help them forecast potential for new locations so that they're doing well with the locations that they open and they're not having an expensive miss on their hands.